Welcome everybody to week 1 of the NFL, the Detroit Lions and Arizona Cardinals opener for the 2019 season. And man, I cannot tell you how excited I am to be back. We have been away from football for way too long. Welcome in the booth. I am Dion, and we are here to watch the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Detroit Lions. Man, this is going to be a super exciting game, and there's just so much hype going around both of these teams. The new quarterback in Arizona, Kyler Murray, we'll see if he can lead his squad to maybe potentially a playoff berth. And on the other side, very big high hopes for the Detroit Lions opening this season with rookie TJ Hockenson, big free agent signings like Trey Flowers. It's going to be a really good one today, and we are all ready to go. We are set for the kickoff. Sam Martin out there to kick it off for the 2019 season, and we are about to get underway. We have Patrick Peterson back there to return. Sam Martin boots it, and we are underway for the 2019 season. Let's get this thing started. We will start off with the kneel in the end zone, and here he comes, the rookie quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals. The first round pick in the 2019 NFL draft, Kyler Murray. We have seen nothing on Kyler Murray yet in the NFL, but there's definitely a lot of high hopes for this man in Arizona. They are hoping that this guy can finally turn the tide after a lot of really underwhelming seasons, I could say, for the Arizona Cardinals. We'll see what he can do here against the Detroit Lions and a defense that has a lot of high expectations as well. This is looked at as potentially maybe one of the best defenses coming into the league. I mean, this team could be very scary defensively. We'll see how it hangs up against an Arizona Cardinals team and a rookie quarterback, because those can always be very challenging. So let's get this thing started. Kyler Murray starts out under center with a wide receiver to his left, running back in the backfield, and a wide receiver to his right under center, and he hands it off to his running back, and he is swallowed up right up the middle. Damon Snacks Harrison making a play on David Johnson, and that's what Snacks brings to the Detroit Lions. He has done this many times, known as one of the best run stoppers, if not the best run stopper in the league, and there he is making a play in the backfield. Good start for the Detroit Lions and that vaunted defensive line, something that everybody was super excited to see in Detroit this season, and what a great start to the year for the Lions. Man, I'm just so glad we're back here. It's just been too long. All the hype builds during the offseason through the draft and free agency, all for this moment. And we come out for the Arizona Cardinals on second down, a similar play style. Hand it off to David Johnson, looks to the outside, tries to break the tackle, can't do it. Darius Slay brings him down around the 28-yard line, bringing up a 3rd and 7. Good tackle there from Darius Slay. There's been a lot of talk around Darius Slay and what he was really going to do this offseason. And he ended up here with the Detroit Lions. He's playing here in week 1. Everything seems to be kind of figured out. And as we near the end of the first quarter, here comes Kyler Murray under center once again. So he may not snap it. He will probably let this quarter run to an end. And that will be it for quarter number 1. Starting off the second quarter, the Arizona Cardinals retain possession. Let's see if they get some points on the board before halftime occurs. And man, we will be right back after a word from your sponsor.
Get yourself some DoseOfDion 2.0 merch using the link in the description.
All right, we're back, and we are ready to go for the second quarter. So far, it's been a pretty quiet game. A lot of running plays, I guess you could say, from the Arizona Cardinals here. And now let's see what we can do here for the Detroit Lions. Looking for a big third down stop to potentially give Matthew Stafford an opportunity to go down the field and put up some points before halftime. They're talking it over inside of the huddle. And again, the Detroit Lions, a lot of moving pieces this offseason, a lot of free agents brought in. There's a lot of hype around this defense. I mean, it's been okay over the last few years. A lot of people were expecting them to take that next step last season. Maybe they could do it this season. Out of the gun on 3rd and 7. It's a 3rd and long here, out of the gun. Kyler Murray's got it, throws right over quick, and it's incomplete. Knocked away. Good play there by Justin Coleman, another free agent that the Detroit Lions decided to bring in, notably as a slot cornerback. Makes a big play there, brings up a 4th and 7, and that's going to give Detroit Lions quarterback Matthew Stafford an opportunity to put some points up with 58 seconds remaining in the half. You can see what he was looking for there, but that's what Justin Coleman has been known for throughout his career. By Pro Football Focus, he is ranked one of the best slot corners in the league, and he definitely came up with a big play there. And there's Matthew Stafford, the Detroit Lions quarterback, looking to maybe have even a bounce-back season, you could say, in 2019, as he is ready, and the Detroit Lions are back to return. A big, long boot, and that ball may stay in play, and what a punt. Downing it at the 4-yard line puts the Detroit Lions in a tough position to put up any kind of points here before the half. That it was a boot, and it just died at the 4-yard line. A great punt for the Arizona Cardinals. Very, very good. And here comes Matthew Stafford, the Detroit Lions quarterback, ready to lead his team to what Detroit Lions fans hope is a really, really good season from that 6-10, kind of disappointment of a season, you could say. Detroit Lions, 49 seconds. We'll see how aggressive they are, knowing they will receive the ball to start the second half. They may play this one pretty conservative here. And as we saw, the Arizona Cardinals seem to struggle offensively. They're definitely looking to get that run game going. But so are the Detroit Lions. But they bring out Theo Riddick into the gun. Look for a pass here. Theo Riddick usually goes out there. It's usually a pass play. Now they bring in Hockenson on the motion. And it is a play action. Stafford rolls out, throws it quickly to Hockenson. He takes a big hit and he can't hold on. Incomplete pass. Stafford over one to start the game. I kind of like that though. A little bit different. We saw that Darrell Bevell was brought into the Detroit Lions this offseason, and we knew things were going to be a little bit different for Detroit, and that was definitely something different that maybe not a lot of people were expecting. We can see a lot of different things, but I think one thing that a lot of people are expecting is them to try to get that run game going and really have that in their back pocket for the whole season. And they come out here in an I formation. They hit it off right up the middle. Kerryon Johnson makes a move, and he tries to cut back, gets up near the first down line to the 13-yard line. Good hold there by the offensive line, but it looks like the Detroit Lions may run this clock out, and they can definitely run this out till the second half. Well, the offensive line came up with a really big hole there. It looked like Kerryon Johnson maybe stumbled a little bit, looking for that spin move, was brought down near the first down. So nice run, really good showing, but it looks like we're going to go to halftime with the same score. We'll see what the Detroit Lions come out to do here. They let the clock run, 5 seconds remaining in the half. We'll see if they decide to snap it again. They may run one last play. That's what they're going to do. They're going to hand it right off the middle to Kerryon Johnson, gets the first, and that will do it for the first half of football for your Detroit Lions and the Arizona Cardinals, man. What? Wow, I'm so excited to get this thing started. We're all knotted up at 0. Low scoring first half for sure because there is no points. Looking at our halftime stats, they're not very great for either side, but the Detroit Lions are sure showing some promise offensively and defensively. Looking at what the Detroit Lions were able to do on the ground, maybe their offensive line is finally to that potential. Kyler Murray tried to go over the middle to Justin Coleman. And let's get this thing started right now for the second half. Jumping into the third quarter, Matthew Stafford looks to lead his Detroit Lions to victory. They're all knotted up here at 0-0. So we'll see if the Detroit Lions can be the first team to put some points on the board. Arizona Cardinals look to kick this thing away. They break out of their huddle, and here we go for the second half of football. Very quiet first half. As we know for the Detroit Lions and the Arizona Cardinals, it's very important to get that first win of the season, especially in a home opener. Especially, you got that crowd behind you. Everyone's excited. You really want to get it done at home. It's not a great feeling when you lose your first game at home. So we'll see what we can do here. It looks like we have Jamal Agnew in the end zone getting ready to return. He's excited. Jamal Agnew, one of the scariest return man in football. He gets the kickoff. It will catch it in the end zone. It's actually Danny Amendola who will take a knee. And we'll start at the 25-yard line. The Detroit Lions come out again with Matthew Stafford after really not having much of an opportunity there in the first half. But we did see some nice stuff out of Kerryon Johnson. Matthew Stafford had one pass to T.J. Hockenson that was incomplete. We'll see what happens here for the second half. Kerryon Johnson coming out there into the huddle. Matthew Stafford and Detroit Lions talking it over. But like I said, I think we can expect Darrell Bevell to try to get this run game going. Even though it's the first game of the season, I think that's what we can expect throughout the whole entire season, is that the Detroit Lions will be really looking to get that run game going here. So Matthew Stafford coming out with Theo Riddick to his side. So again, in the shotgun, we have 3 wide receivers, 1 in the slot, T.J. Hockenson to the left, Matthew Stafford calling some audibles there. Play action to Theo Riddick, throws the left side, deep left side. He's got a man out there and it's caught. Kenny Galladay up to the 48-yard line, a 23-yard completion. Wow, great throw by Matthew Stafford. Love the play design there. And just as we talk about the Detroit Lions looking to establish the run game, they come out in the second half, play action, fool everybody, and hit a deep route. Well, I think one thing that we are seeing is a little bit more of Theo Riddick than maybe expected. He was on the roster bubble coming into the season. He's obviously made the team, and he comes up with a big play there on the play action to get Kenny Galladay deep near midfield. So good play for the Detroit Lions, really breaking out of what was a really quiet first half for both offenses. So let's see what the Detroit Lions can do in a position here to maybe start thinking of putting some points on the board. Coming on the single back, we have 2 tight ends right, Jesse James and T.J. Hockenson sit over there. 2 wide receivers, Stafford, rolling to his left. Stafford may run. Stafford holding. Pressure coming. Throws it way across his body. And he's got a man out there in Jesse James who gains about 5 yards on the play. Wow, that was a risky pass. That's one thing that we've always heard is the Cardinal rule. Do not throw it across your body. And he went from one side of the field and threw it completely across the other side of the field for a gain of 5 yards. Maybe a little bit more work than you would think for 5 yards, but it was sure pretty interesting. As we come down to the end of the third quarter, and this is where things get interesting, we will have a fourth quarter with the game knotted up and a chance for the Detroit Lions to go win this thing. We've definitely seen it before from Matthew Stafford. We'll be back right after this.
Get yourself some DoseOfDion 2.0 merch using the link in the description.
No scoring up to this point, but the Detroit Lions are definitely on the move. Up across midfield to the 47 with 1 minute to go. Matthew Stafford is really known for these situations. He's got Matt Prater to really back him up. And when in doubt, you throw out that man, and he'll usually ice the game for you. So right now, I think they're definitely in a power play type of position. Out of the gun, Matthew Stafford's got Theo Riddick to his left. Theo Riddick leaks out, throws it right side. Got a man out there. That is Marvin Jones Jr., who picks up the first down near the 41-yard line. Big first down. Matt Prater warming up on that sideline. His target line is the 39-yard line. So Lions about 10 yards to go. No, Lions actually have about 2 yards to go. My apologies. And, they'll be really at that target line position. Right now, this would be about a 58-yard kick from Matt Prater. The defense is definitely looking to make a big play here to back him up. You do not want to put the game in Matt Prater's hands because, especially when it's tied, Matt Prater most likely is going to end the game. So we'll see what the Detroit Lions can do here. Coming up under center, look for a run here. That's what they're going to do. They're going to send Jesse James in a big hit in the backfield to back them up to the 42. Detroit Lions come out in the no huddle. Stafford hops into the shotgun. We have Jesse James in the slot to the left. Stafford out of the gun. He's got Kerryon Johnson out there. Throws over the middle. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson, near the first down. Did he get it? He got about 11 yards. I think he's going to be just shy. 3rd and inches coming up. Timeout, Arizona. Now they have to start thinking about getting the ball back. And we're back here with 41 seconds to go. A 3rd and inches coming up here for the Detroit Lions. Arizona just used their first timeout. And if the Detroit Lions pick up a first down here, don't be surprised they use their second timeout. You do not want to have the game decided by Matt Prater because he usually ends it. 41 seconds to go from the 31-yard line. The Detroit Lions are definitely in field goal range, which would be about a 47-yard kick at this point in time. Detroit Lions come out here. I would expect the run here. Matthew Stafford going up under center. We got 2 wide receivers left, 1 right. Kerryon Johnson in the backfield. Short, 3rd down here. Stafford, a couple fake cadences. Hands it off there to Kerryon. Kerryon's got a little hole, and that's enough for a first down. That's a timeout from Arizona. Their second timeout. We're going to stay here for this timeout. Nowhere to go for this one because it's just a 30-second timeout. So now we're waiting to see what the Arizona Cardinals can do. But basically, Detroit Lions are going to do this probably again and again before they decide to take that field goal. And when they do, it's going to be all on Matt Prater to end this game. Now, Arizona may decide to use this timeout right after this next play, which would mean the Detroit Lions would have to just run one more play, set out the field goal unit, and try to end this game and really get rid of a stalemate that's been going on for the entirety of this game. Detroit Lions deciding to talk it over. The play clock is running down. There is no rush, though. 30 seconds remain on the play clock. And right now, I think the strategy is pretty simple for the Detroit Lions. Run the ball again, force that last time out, maybe run again, and then kick the field goal, put it in Matt Prater's hands with a tie ball game. There's no other way to really do it on the road. Matthew Stafford hands it off. Kerryon Johnson stutters a little bit, gets out there across the 30 to the 28-yard line. That's our final timeout taken by Arizona. With that being said, we will be right back with what may be a Matt Prater field goal for the win. And we're back here from the 28-yard line. The Arizona Cardinals are now out of timeouts. The Detroit Lions are in position to set up a game-winning field goal from the 28-yard line. Now, they will most likely run one more play, drip that clock, probably call timeout, send Matt Prater out there for the win. I don't think anything risky is coming here for the Detroit Lions. Cardinals are talking over, trying to think of some kind of game plan here, but I think it's pretty simple. You got to just find out a way to try to go for that block. Now, actually, Detroit Lions are going to go on the shotgun here. Maybe a quick pass. He's going to carry on to his right. Stafford makes an adjustment, hands it off to Theo Riddick, He goes up the middle, nothing there. That will set up a timeout by the Detroit Lions. Not sure why the Lions took a timeout instantly there. That one doesn't really make sense to me. We're going to stay here after this timeout. Not really sure why they decided to call the timeout there. It wasn't really necessary for the Detroit Lions to make that decision. But anyways, the Detroit Lions are back in the huddle. 3rd and 7 coming back up here. I would say most likely they should run it again, but this time actually let the clock drip a little bit. I would not call a timeout instantly. I'm not really sure what the game plan was there. Matthew Stafford talking it over with his squad. And right now, this is just a terrible position for the home team. This is where the fans are very upset because they know it's all coming down to that final field goal attempt unless some kind of miracle kept it away from that. So we'll see what happens here. 3rd and 7 coming up. Matthew Stafford leads the Detroit Lions onto the field for the potential game-winning drive. Kerryon in the backfield with a ball into his left. They're going to give it to Kerryon, kind of stretch to the outside. A loss of maybe a yard there. Not a very good run. That's going to set up a 4th and 7. Lions will let the clock drip to about, I would say, 5 seconds on the clock. They'll send out Matt Prater, and they're going to try to end it here. And with that being said, the Detroit Lions get ready to set a game-winning field goal attempt for Matt Prater. From the 28-yard line, we'd have about a 45-yard field goal kick. So it's definitely not a chip shot, but we've seen Matt Prater do this before. No timeout called here by the Lions. Matt Prater ready to get this thing underway. 2, 1, gets it off. It's up, and it is good. And the Detroit Lions start off the season 1-0. What a game. What a way to start the season. A game-winning field goal by Matt Prater. Detroit Lions are 1-0 on the season. This is a very big win because, as we know, the schedule does not get any easier. They need to find a way to get this thing done. Matthew Stafford delivers with a game-winning drive, something that he is known for, and Matt Prater puts it through. The Detroit Lions are 1-0. Arizona Cardinals fall to 0-1. We'll be back for week 2 when the Detroit Lions get set to take on the LA Chargers. And until then, I'm Dion. Thank you, Pride, for watching, and I'm out.